Okay, so this is an isolated corner of our obelisk, because I only need to do one area, and then from that I can kind of get all the parts duplicated, so I don't have to do it again and again and again. Now, what I'm going to do first is look at this and see which parts, in my opinion, I can quite easily just apply the silver, not silver, these slightly lighter material to. And as you can see, if I select by element here, these parts come up as a different colour, so let's slap a different colour tone onto those. I just applied the wrong one, hang on. Just do a Control I just to invert it and then apply the lighter material to it. There we are. Press F4. And if I do a quick render, you can now more or less see how the lighter areas are standing out, giving the kind of two-tone effect. Now over here, and we're just kind of whizzing through this really to make sure that we get these parts done. What I'm going to do is select just a couple of these panels, because remember we panelled these all the same way. So when we use the grow tool on them, it means that we'll be able to texture them all. Well, no, what I mean is, when I use the grow tool on them, right, and we click grow, and we select more and more polygons, it's going to select them evenly. Sorry if that didn't come out quite the way I was kind of trying to make it come out. So I'm not deliberately talking crap, it's just it's kind of hard to concentrate sometimes on these various things. So select here. It's up to you if you want to be symmetrical about it. You'll notice I'm being kind of symmetrical. Okay, now if I click grow, that was part of this one. Now click grow, and again, I need to do it a couple of times and I'll apply the light material to it. There we are. Now if I pull back a bit, press F4, we can see where the lighter materials are. Just hit F9, do a quick render. As you see, we kind of have a little fat robot butter starting to come together now. Okay, now over here on the back, we've got plenty of pieces that I believe are all kind of set up with their different colours on. Let's have a look. Because of course these would have been selected when we did the Control I, because these are all separate elements. So I just want to see them and make sure that they're coming through with a slightly different texture to the rest of it. That way they stand out more. I mean, this is a fast job. You can take a lot more time doing this than I can, but this is just an appendix and I'm just kind of trying to run over this and show you what I'm doing. I mean, this is very dark at the moment, but it will be lighter, I promise, once we get as far as the render time soon. Okay, that's fine. So, close that down. Now what I need to do is, because I'm kind of applying two materials here, I need to duplicate it. So, just check that's right, and again, X isolation mode while I'm doing it. Shift and drag it 90 degrees 3 times. There we go. Okay, and now it's duplicated what we've done. And what I'm going to do here is move in on this edge part. Just here, and isolate it. Now this is very dark at the moment, and if I click on it, it's pretty much all one element except for these. Do a Control I, and I'll apply the lighter metal to these. And if we go around this side now, there are some areas that we can do this on. So let's go down here. And what I want to do, have a look at this shape here. And just use the select tool rather than select and move. And again. Part of the problem as a tutorial author is, I mean, you get impatient when you're modelling. I also get impatient when I'm modelling, especially when it's a tutorial, you know, because I want to get to the fun bit, which is kind of playing with the model in my own time. And you don't really get to do that so much when you're rendering out your final model. Not when you're rendering, when you record in the final stages of a tutorial. So you tend to rush through without thinking about it, and the last minute becomes a bit haphazard if you're not careful. So I'm just trying to be as careful as I can. There we are. Because I really want to select the areas correctly for what I'm doing. There we are. Now remember, I haven't applied loads of chamfers to my model, simply because I'm doing this the fast way. This is all about kind of presenting what I'm doing to you in as quickly as I kind of can. So for you, you've probably got your chamfers set up on these edges, so do be aware when you're applying these that you will have to obviously use grow command, because that's what I'm going to be doing, of course, slightly more carefully, and keep an eye on the polygons. I mean, I'm going to click grow probably no more than once. If you've chamfered, I think you're looking probably at least 3 grows, so be careful. I mean, 1 grow is not going to be enough, it depends. Do you want to have kind of all the inside a different colour or not? Actually, I might not even click grow. I'll see how it goes. I think I prefer just to have kind of the inside colour on this, rather than the whole of these parts. It's just down to the way it catches light. And that's going to make a slight difference when it comes to render time. Okay, and this. There we go. Now, let's go up here. And there's our giant H shapes. Ensure that you've only got select on rather than select and move as well. You don't want to make any mistakes if you can help it. There we go. There we are. Hopefully this will give us a nice effect though. I mean, remember we've got one other colour. Well, not even a colour, one other kind of material that we're going to apply very shortly. Go in here. In fact, because of that, I should probably go back in a few minutes and change the, delete the 3 corners. I'm always too quick to re-replicate those, so just apply my material to there and check it. Fine. Hitting the wrong button. Right, now I'm going to select these ones. Just click out to make sure that you're not selecting the same one again. Now this is a bit of a long, laborious process, but don't worry about it. Perhaps sing a little song to yourself quietly while you're doing it or something. Like, oh God, Chris, why is this so repetitive? La la la, la la la. Again, if you don't like the flippancy, just turn the sound down. If you don't like me repeating myself over and over and over again, fast forward. The whole point though of the 3D Palace standard tutorial learning set is that we're not going to miss anything. Even the dull repetitive bits, because you know what? There's a lot of dull repetitive bits in 3D. Even if you do a lot of scripting. You know, especially if you do a lot of scripting, because you're going to be doing a lot of typing into what looks suspiciously like Notepad. There we go, click grow, and again, and then apply this. It just makes it stand out as a separate object slightly better, even though it isn't a separate object, yeah? It just kind of breaks our model up. Okay, that's nice. I like at the bottom there, these parts too, they're standing out quite nicely. Let's exit isolation, if we may. And again, I'm going to wipe out this because I kind of suddenly realised that I should. There we go. Hit F4 so I can see better, because the dark material does make things real dark. Okay, now I'm going to zoom in on this and isolate it. Right, now, if I select these, I think you can see pretty much which direction I'm going in here. This one's pretty easy. There we are. Now we'll go into the underside here. Select these. Oops. It doesn't take long. There's only 12 of them plus the middle square. And click grow, just a few times. And apply. There we go. Nice and flashy on that thing you see at the back there. All crazy mad. Okay, let's exit isolation mode. Now another thing that I probably should have done and kind of forgot about, if I just go into my corner unit, is I really want to apply the whole silver material to this bit and this bit. Actually no, just this bit will do. There we are. We'll apply some different bits to those pipes soon. Right, let's go to our front area. Hello. And hide unselected. In here, getting nice and close. There's a couple of bits I can kind of isolate. Control I, and I could deselect that bit. Actually, they're all one piece. What the hell? I'll just make these all silver. There we go. Nice. Okay. Pull back. Now, oh dear, got an itchy nose. Let's unhide all again. And we've got our basic materials now applied to nearly all the parts. Let's isolate this part. The crystal. And for that, I'm going to use these parts. If I can ever select them properly. There we go. Apply silver. Okay, and unhide all again. Starting to get there. Right, now the gun. Isolate selection. Now, we've got a whole ball here, which is ideal meat to be used on this. There we are. Because it'll just stand out nicely. And then for these, if I select these and then do a Control I can also apply it to these end parts here. And they'll benefit quite well from that material. Okay. Now inside there I'll apply different materials soon, so we're going to unhide all again, which just voids our exit isolation mode completely, so I don't even know why I used it. Okay, and we can see now the different kind of textures, even though there's only two of them, starting to work together. I'll just hit F9. Okay, so you can see how certain parts now are starting to stand out, and it's starting to look different. Bear with me, by the way, by pausing while I'm rendering. It's just, you know, it saves you having to stay at the screen for 33 seconds. There you go, wasn't too bad. Okay, so in the next part, we're going to make the glowing material. So until then, I'm going to save my workbench file, and I'll see you in the next appendix if you go to there.